What's up, guys? Chef Billy Parisi here. Thanks so much for stopping by to check out another episode. Today I'm going to be making carne asada flank steak with homemade flour tortillas. Bob's Red Mill is going to help us out to make one delicious beef fajita. Carne asada literally translates from Spanish to English to the word roast. Carne obviously means beef, so we're going to roast up some beef. But first, in very strong tradition, we're going to marinate up our flank steak. Flank steak comes from the belly area of the cow and is incredibly lean and delicious if cooked right. You either need to do it rare, medium rare, or cooked for long periods of time in a slow cooker. For this marinade, we're going to go ahead and whisk together some fresh lime juice. We're going to finely grate some garlic on a microplane. Add in some ground cumin. We're going to chop up some fresh cilantro, toss it in there. The next thing we need to do is remove the stem and seeds from a fresh jalapeno, and we're going to finely mince those up. Also add those to the bowl. We're going to add in some sugar to help offset some of that heat, along with some white vinegar, olive oil, and sea salt. Go ahead and whisk all of those ingredients together in that medium-sized bowl and then transfer it over to a plastic bag. This is what I like to use to marinate. Once it is poured in there, add our flank steak right in there. Move it around, squish it around, do everything you need to do to make sure that marinade penetrates every square centimeter of that flank steak. Go ahead and zip it up, and we're going to place it in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours. So this is perfect timing because while the flank steak is in the refrigerator, we can go ahead and make our homemade flour tortillas. These things are going to be insane, and you're not going to believe how easy they are. I'm going to be using Bob's Red Mill organic all-purpose flour. This is such a great all-around flour. I always say it's delicate enough for those delicious cakes and pies and has enough protein to stand up to make some of the most rustic breads out there. So go ahead and add some flour to a standing mixer with the paddle attachment. We're next going to add in a bit of sea salt, followed up with some baking powder. We're going to turn it on low speed and slowly drizzle in some canola oil. You can absolutely use lard here, and in fact, if you've got any rendered bacon fat, that would be absolutely prime in this recipe, so add that in there. Followed up, lastly, with some warm water. We're gonna mix it together just until it becomes a dough. It's very, very easy to recognize, takes maybe a minute or so. Transfer it over to a clean surface dusted with a little bit of flour. Next, what we want to do is split it up into about 20 little individual balls. These are going to be our flour tortillas. Go ahead and cut them and form them in your hands. Once they are all done, set them to the side, sprinkle with a little bit of flour, and place a towel right over top. Let them sit for about 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, during that time, I whipped up a few other ingredients just to add as toppings over our fajitas. You do whatever you want to do here. Maybe it comes out of a jar. Totally up to you. But now it's time to make our flour tortillas. So go ahead and take them out of that bunch. We're gonna smash them down, and using a rolling pin, we wanna roll them out to about 8 or 9 inches in diameter. Next, we're gonna set them to the side until they're all done, and going over to a griddle or a very large saute pan on medium-high heat, think around 350, 400 degrees, add our flour tortilla right to that griddle. It's only going to cook for about 20 to 30 seconds on each side. You don't want them to be too crispy because you'll never be able to reheat them. You want them to be moist, warm, and little brown spots all over them. Go ahead and give it a flip when it's time. I just like to hold them in a towel. Just simply place them on top, fold it up, you're good to go. While the flour tortillas are staying warm, this is great time. Our steak is done marinating. Let's get outside to that grill. This thing is about 450 to 550 degrees. It's extremely hot. Lay down our flank steak right on those hot spots. Yes, flames are gonna go everywhere. This thing is coated in oil and all sorts of goodness. It takes about 4 to 5 minutes per side of this 1 pound flank steak for it to be a rare, medium rare. That's how I like it. That's how I recommend eating it for the most tender, juicy, delicious flavor you can possibly get. So be sure to flip it over after that time. You'll notice some nice light grill marks. Maybe the fire freaked you out like this thing was gonna be burnt. No chance. It's perfect. Finish it up for another 4 to 5 minutes. We're simply gonna add it to a plate, remove it from the grill, go inside Simply place it on a cutting board, and as you can see, the grains go in a certain way. Now, because I don't want to have these long pieces, I cut it in half, and then I thinly shave it against the grain. This is so to make sure it won't be tough when you eat it. Shave it as thin as you possibly can. Now it's time to plate this up. Go ahead and add one of our warm flour tortillas to a little parchment paper or a serving plate. We're gonna add on some of that delicious cooked flank steak. Followed up with some corn salsa. Like I said, this part is subjective and completely up to you. I'm gonna add on a little bit of avocado, some queso fresco. Boom, my beef fajita carne asada flank steak with homemade flour tortillas is finished. It looks amazing. The smells in this kitchen are to die for. My fajita looks amazing. I can't wait to get into it. I'm not gonna waste any more time. Let's give it a taste. Whoa, that is like literally a flavor explosion. The marinated flank steak is amazing, and the flour tortilla is so easy to make. And how complimenting is this? I mean, usually you're going to the store to buy these things in package. Don't do that anymore. Make them from scratch. They're easy. They're way more delicious. You aren't gonna believe it. That's all I've got for today. I want to finish this guy up. Come back tomorrow, see our next episode. No clue what it's gonna be at this point. Thanks so much for following. We'll see y'all later.